Hello, students. I hope you all are safe at home. Today, we are going to start our chapter number 13, that is about machine language. So, in this video, we will cover the means and examples of machine language and its types. And by the help of short animated video, I will try to explain you the topic. So before starting the chapter, first we have to know what is the meaning of machine learning. So machine learning is an application of AI, artificial intelligence. In previous chapters we have discussed about it, that provides the ability to automatically learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed. Okay, MI focus on the development of computer program that can access data and use it, learn for themselves. The main purpose of ML is to allow the computer learn automatically without human intervention. So in short, you can say ML is a category of algorithm that allows software applications to become more accurate in predicting outcomes without being explicitly programmed. Okay, now there are some examples of machine language which we are used in our daily life. First is prediction. It means you can used in the prediction like in traffic prediction. We all have been using GPS navigation system in our Android. In such scenarios, it helps to estimate regions where congestion can be found on the basis of daily experiences. So that GPS system informs you about the traffic also. It can suggest or predicate the actual time, how time will consume to reach over there. So that is called prediction that we are using in our daily life. Next is speech recognition. In the translation of spoken words into text used to voice searches and more. We can also be used for data entry. Similar way, image recognition. Face lock in your mobile or in your security system is the example of ML. Now, email spam. There are a number of spam filtering approaches that email clients use. They are powered by machine language when rule-based spam learning is done. It fails to track the latest tricks adopted by spammer. Email spam. It's also the example of machine learning. By the help of spam, you can or different mails which is useless or which is spam, it will save in your spam box in your mail id. Okay, so that is also the example of machine learning. Now we will learn about the types of machine learning by the help of this short video. Actually, there are three types of machine learning, and by the animated video, I will try to explain you more about machine learning. So, watch carefully.
Let's talk about a life without machine learning. For someone who doesn't know anything about machine learning or artificial intelligence, he or she might think that it is only being used in robots or machines and stuff, which is actually true as portrayed by most of the sci-fi movies nowadays. But you wouldn't believe how much more machine learning is giving us, how much of it we are using in our daily lives. Let's say you need information on any random topic, say a computer. The first place you would check would definitely be Google, right? It would collect all the information on the word you search for and present it to you according to relevance. If there was no Google, you would have to do it in a very hard way, that is by going through tens or hundreds of books and articles, even after which you won't find the answer. If we go back 4 to 5 years, facial recognition would be a thing only showed in movies like Mission Impossible or Terminator or any of the sci-fi movies you pick. But machine learning has made it possible for Facebook and Instagram to use this feature for your benefits. You don't have to go through the trouble of tagging every single person present in a picture that you have posted. Facebook will automatically recognize the people in the photo and tag them for you. That saves a lot of time for you, doesn't it? Also, Siri, Cortana, Iris, all of them would not be there to help you if there was no machine learning. Now that we know life would be a lot more difficult without machine learning, I'm sure you must have shopped a lot from Amazon. So let's look into some of the places Amazon makes use of machine learning. Let's say you buy a formal t-shirt on Amazon. Now, as you buy it, it suggests you formal shoes, ties, blazers, and apparels that go with what you have bought. That's the recommendation system powered by machine learning again. The price on every product that you see on Amazon is varying every moment based on demand. That's being done by machine learning algorithms. Then comes customer segmentation. Customer segmentation is one of the most crucial things for all the e-commerce platforms. Machine learning helps them differentiate between customers based on what they buy, how frequent are they, and their reviews. This helps the companies to make sure that their customers are taken care of and their needs are being fulfilled. Now let's talk about an app that you use on a daily basis to reach office on time. Yes, it's Uber Cabs. Once you have traveled with Uber, you must have noticed that it suggests you the places you might want to go based on your previous journeys. When you're taking a share, how does the app make sure that the cab you get is traveled by the same route you want to travel in? There are so many factors like the distance, the traffic, the ratings. All of it is taken care of by machine learning. For the past 5 minutes, we have been talking about how machine learning is improving our lives, where all it is being used. I have probably said machine learning 100 times already. I think it's about time that I tell you what machine learning actually is. Let's take an ordinary system that you currently are using. It can't do much except from the basic operations that you already know about. Now, let's add artificial intelligence, or for a layman's point of view, let's give the same machine the power to think on its own. That is what machine learning basically is. It's an application of artificial intelligence that provides systems the ability to learn on their own and improve from experience without being programmed externally. So if your computer had machine learning, it may be able to play the difficult parts of a game for you or probably solve a complicated mathematical equation for you. That could be really helpful. Let's dive in a little deeper and see how machine learning works. Let's say you provide a system with the input data that carries the photos of various kinds of fruits. Now you want the system to figure out what are the different fruits and group them accordingly. So what the system does, it analyzes the input data. Then it tries to find patterns like shapes, size, and color. Based on these patterns, the system will try to predict the different types of fruit and segregate them. Finally, it keeps track of all such decisions it took in the process to make sure it's learning. The next time you ask the same system to predict and segregate the different types of fruits, it won't have to go through the entire process again. That's how machine learning works. Now let's look into the types of machine learning. Machine learning is primarily of 3 types. First one is supervised machine learning. As the name suggests, you have to supervise your machine learning while you train it to work on its own. It requires labeled training data. Next up is unsupervised learning, wherein there will be training data but it won't be labeled. Finally, there is reinforcement learning, wherein the system learns on its own. Let's talk about all these types in detail. Let's try to understand how supervised learning works. Look at the pictures very carefully. The monitor depicts the model or the system that we are going to train. This is how the training is done. We provide a data set that contains pictures of a kind of a fruit, say an apple. Then, we provide another data set which lets the model know that these pictures were that of a fruit called apple. This ends the training phase. Now, what we will do is we provide a new set of data which only contains pictures of apple. Now here comes the fun part. The system can actually tell you what fruit it is. And it will remember this and apply this knowledge in future as well. That's how supervised learning works. You are training the model to do a certain kind of an operation on its own. This kind of a model is generally used into filtering spam mails from your email accounts as well. Yes, surprised, aren't you? So let's move on to unsupervised learning now. Let's say we have a data set which is cluttered. In this case, we have a collection of pictures of different fruits. We feed this data to the model and the model analyzes the data to figure out patterns in it. In the end, it categorizes the photos into 3 types as you can see in the image based on their similarities. So, you provide the data to the system and let the system do the rest of the work. Simple, isn't it? This kind of a model is used by Flipkart to figure out the products that are well suited for you. Honestly speaking, this is my favorite type of machine learning out of all the 3. And this type has been widely shown in most of the sci-fi movies lately. Let's find out how it works. Imagine a newborn baby. You put a burning candle in front of the baby. The baby does not know that if it touches the flame, its fingers might get burned. So it does that anyway and gets hurt. The next time you put that candle in front of the baby, it will remember what happened the last time and would not repeat what it did. That's exactly how reinforcement learning works. We provide the machine with a data set wherein we ask it to identify a particular kind of a fruit, in this case an apple. So what it does as a response, it tells us that it's a mango. But as we all know, it's a completely wrong answer. So as a feedback, we tell the system that it's wrong, it's not a mango, it's an apple. What it does, it learns from the feedback and keeps that in mind. When the next time when we ask a same question, it gives us the right answer. It is able to tell us that it's actually an apple. That is a reinforced response. So that's how reinforcement learning works. It learns from its mistakes and experiences. This model is used in games like Prince of Persia or Assassin's Creed or FIFA, wherein the level of difficulty increases as you get better with the games. Just to make it more clear for you, let's look at a comparison between supervised and unsupervised learning. Firstly, the data involved in case of supervised learning is labeled. As we mentioned in the examples previously, we provide the system with a photo of an apple and let the system know that this is actually an apple. That is called labeled data. So the system learns from the labeled data and makes future predictions. Now, unsupervised learning does not require any kind of labeled data because its work is to look for patterns in the input data and organize it. The next point is that you get a feedback in case of supervised learning. That is, once you get the output, the system tends to remember that and uses it for the next operation. That does not happen for unsupervised learning. And the last point is that supervised learning is mostly used to predict data, whereas unsupervised learning is used to find out hidden patterns or structures in data. I think this would have made a lot of things clear for you regarding supervised and unsupervised learning.